Good morning. Welcome back to meetrabbits.org. I thought you guys might enjoy a little bit of an update on those 4 kits that were a little cool, that were the ones that survived from the litter of 9 and the other 5 didn't make it. So I thought we'd take a look in because I was also just in, and I apologize for all the noise. I wanted to get in on checking kits, so I haven't done my chores. You know, you can see the floor's a mess. Everybody's waiting to be fed and watered, and that's why there's so much jumping and noise back there. But I knew that this other box with the litter of 8 of yarrows was, I think because of this up and down weather we've been having, had more condensation in the box than I usually have, and when I put my hand in there it was kind of moist, so I wanted to get them out of there and get that changed out. The air isn't bad today, but we've got more. You know, our temp is rising all day. Woke up to freezing rain, rising all day. Now it's foggy. So this air quality over the next few days isn't going to be awesome. And I definitely wanted to make sure that they were in some nice dry bedding. They're 10 days old now, both of these litters. So this is also a good time to go in and change that out so they don't get nest box eye and whatever. You know, I probably might leave these guys till tomorrow because they don't feel too wet. I don't know, I guess maybe I'll change this out today because it does feel like there's some moisture in the back, and moisture's, you know, really probably your biggest enemy out of all of them. Has to do with air quality, has to do with maintaining body temperature, body heat, cleanliness, pathogens. So I think I'm going to get rid of the bedding in both these boxes, give them some nice shavings and dry hay, and let them start over. And now that they've got nice fur coats and they're nice and warm, they're going to be fine. So these are the 4. I thought I would do a big reveal, but they decided to uncover themselves, and they're doing really great, and they're huge chonkers here. Big chonky babies, glossy, obviously, very active, doing well, definitely being fed and well cared for. Like I said, I'm just more or less just wanted to give everybody a check. They're not working their way out of the box quite yet, which a little early for that. I also tend to think that the winter litters stay in the warmth a little longer, and I don't see eyes opening yet, but you know, we're on the early side for that, so I'm not worried about that. Anyway, so I wanted to give you a look because it's always nice to have a happy ending to these sadder stories, and these are the 4 that we saved, and they're doing great, obviously. So cute, right? So I'm gonna tuck them in for a minute, and then I'm gonna go back to this litter here, who I've already taken out of the box because I want to change that. And these are the 8. Also very well fed, very healthy. Everybody's doing great. Probably slightly smaller in size than those guys, but not much far behind them. But I would expect that because there's 8 of them, so they're sharing the milk, where these guys are, you know, they have more milk than they really need. Just trying to see if I can get a little bit of a size comparison with my one-handed. You know, I mean, really pretty similar in size, but when you have the smaller size litters, you kind of always tend to get chunkier little rabbits that way. So those guys are doing well. Just going to change out their boxes, get everybody fed in here. I'm going to wait and clean the rabbit room tomorrow, which is on schedule for me, but also it's going to give, as it warms up today, it's going to make it a little easier to get all the frozen manure and urine and everything that's in those drop cans out. So I am struggling a little bit with the champagnes that I had mentioned last week that were due on Friday. I know if you watched the videos, Christmas Day, we had Rose had her first litter, which was 1 live kit, and then we think she ate it. That's explained in the other video. And Peony, this morning I came out, she built a nest, not her most organized nest, but was good enough and would have done the trick, and it was here in the front corner. It was deep enough, had enough fur. She had 2 kits in there and 2 other kits in different spots in the cage, basically on the wire. So I'm not really sure what's going on with her. You know, she is the mother of the 4 that we've been watching that are now 11 weeks old. These 4 over here, and she did a great job with her first litter. A little bit strange that we had very similar issues with both of those Champagne does that were due on the same day. Like I said, Rose actually kindled earlier than I thought. Not early enough where I would call it a premature birth, but definitely earlier than I typically see. And 3 days earlier than Peony. So it was also difficult getting them bred. Took several days, several exposures before we finally got one day when we got some solid fall-offs. Now, I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing here, but whether there's some correlation between difficult breeding episodes, I really couldn't tell you. I'm just speculating. Like I said, I'm not sure what's going on. I do actually have Peony's kits in my shirt, trying to warm them, but it did look like they had blood in the nails, so that's really just a last-ditch effort that I don't at all believe is going to work. I think they're already dead. I'm just trying to do the warm and dead thing and make sure that they are. And, you know, my plan with them, I think, I have not in the past added extra light, and I have bred rabbits all through the winter. I actually tend to probably do a little more winter breeding than summer because, you know, you're not fighting the heat. But I might try supplementing the light by leaving these barn lights on in the afternoon. It's you know, it's one more thing to remember. Might be worth a go. I need to get some of these rabbits back breeding because we just need to get on schedule. We had a very busy fall. Some of these have gone longer than I wanted them to on bred, and some of them, pretty much everybody with the exception of Holly because she's the older doe, has been exposed, but we've been having some difficulty getting the fall offs on them. So this is a little bit of a struggle bus, like I mentioned, but you know, again, I don't want to be alarmist and make it sound like meat rabbits are really difficult and things go wrong all the time, but sometimes things go wrong and you have to manage and adjust. So the plan is with these guys, give them another couple of days to recoup and recover. Probably within the next week, I'm going to expose these 2 to the bucks again and try and get them bred, and hopefully this is better next time. Now, they both are young does, and it's always a 3 strikes rule before I give up on a new doe. For Peony, I'm going to count this as strike 1 or strike 0.5 because she has had that successful litter. Now this litter was also only 4. So I'd like to see the litter size come up, and I'd like to see the mothering even out and get better. And with Rose, I need to see both of those things. She's only had this 1 litter that was the 1 kit that we think she ate. I'm not usually one to think that does eat their kits, but given the timing of it, and again, that's in that other video. If you watch it, it explains it more, but there was really no other explanation given the timing and what we know about the situation. So this is it. It's just, you know, not the results I was hoping for. I was hoping for 2 great, beautiful, lovely little litters today, and we don't have that, but we got to focus on the good. We've got these 4 going strong. Again, probably going to be holding back this doe as a potential replacement in case things continue not to go the way that we want with them. What it means for me and my new venture in Champagnes, it doesn't mean a lot right now because these are all issues that I have experienced to some degree with all the breeds, the Californians, the New Zealands, the crosses. Things can happen. So not giving up on anybody yet, not making any big decisions yet, just kind of noting it down on the calendar, putting it all in my wheelhouse. It's all kind of data collection that as we go, when decisions need to be made, they'll be made. And in the meantime, just gonna be happy but these guys all look so great. Now, I think I mentioned before in another video, these are actually a cross. These are Californians crossed with Champagne bucks. 2 reasons. I wanted to get the bucks proven. This shows me that they are capable of throwing large litters, because even though we lost some of those kits in the other litter, they all were litters of 8 and 9. So that's great. That speaks well for the bucks. Also was curious to see what the grow out rate was. New Zealand's and Californians crossed have made an excellent meat rabbit as a grow out for me, not necessarily something that I would keep for breeding, but as a grow out. So trying to see if I can kind of replicate that with this, because I am starting to think that down the line in the future, if I can get these Champagnes to work out, I may trim back on the other breeds, probably the New Zealands. So if I can get a good cross with them for grow outs, which I think we're going to get, then that may be the way to go. But again, most of this is just kind of collecting the information, gathering data. For you, I'm hoping that this is an example of the kinds of thoughts and processes and just different things you're looking for as you go. And once again, just wanted to give you an update and see how good these little chunks are doing. Get them cleaned up, back in their nest, get everybody fed, swept out, get this barn looking a little better, and we'll go on about our day. Hope you are all having great holidays and a happy new year, and thanks for being here with us at Meat Rabbit Stop.